evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Richard N. back for your third and final video blog of the night for Friday, August 5th, 2016, around 7:24 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's a sunny day. It's cloudy. The sun's going down. Tomorrow's going to be a mix of sun and clouds, and also some thunder showers. Some of them's going to be heavy duty and humid, close to 90. Sunday's the pick of the weekend, and more drier air next week, but with a trend to get warmer again by week's end, dog days of August. Some news to report. It's Happy International Beer Day. ESPN has re-signed their business reporter Darren Rovell to a new contract, and the WWE has parted ways with Ryback. Ryback's been with the WWE since the early 2010, and the WWE wishes Ryback success in future endeavors. That's what they always do when they release talent. That's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is former professional wrestler, the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff. Nikita Koloff wrestled in the world of sports entertainment close to 10 years. He was a very powerful wrestler. He was built from Lithuania, and he was a heel at first, but he became a successful face. He was known for wrestling in the Mid-Atlantic Territory, Jim Crockett Promotions, and WCW. Nikita Koloff was born and he grew up in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, Minnesota. His real name was Nelson Scott Simpson, and he was raised by a single mother. Nelson Scott Simpson never knew his real father, and he and his mother grew up in the project section of Robbinsdale, Minnesota. At a young age, Nelson Scott wanted to lift weights and be a football player. He started with lifting weights as junior high. When he was in high school in Robbinsdale, Minnesota, Nelson was a all-conference in football, and he graduated from Robbinsdale High School in 1977. He was a classmate of Barry Darsow, who became Demolition Smash, Crush the Cruise Crest, Repo Man, and the Blacktop Bully, among others. Then Scott played college football in a couple of colleges, but he suffered a knee injury that derailed his professional career. He started weight training. He wanted to get back into football. He had a tryout for the USFL in 1984, but before he was trying out for USFL, he was in a gym in Minnesota, weight training, and then he saw Road Warrior Hawk, who was in that gym, and he told him to give Jim Crockett Jr. a call, who was the head booker of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, and he told him to shave his hair. And when Nelson Scott Simpson got to Jim Crockett Promotions, he had brief training with Eddie Shockey, no relation to Dr. Thomas Shockey, former principal of Billerica Memorial High School. This action will not be tolerated at BMHS, as Dr. Shockey would say. But anyway, on to the subject. Jim Crockett and the head booker of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, Dusty Rhodes, thought that Nelson Scott Simpson looked like a Russian, and they rechristened him Nikita Koloff, and he was the fictitious nephew of Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear, former WWF champion. And Nikita Koloff made his debut in mid-1984. His first opponent he beat in 13 seconds. He had limited training. But there was a thing that Jim Crockett Jr. did not want Nikita Koloff to mess up any spots when he was wrestling the first few months in his professional career, or he would be fired right on the spot. And then, like, Nikita Koloff learned Russian, and outside the ring, Nikita did not even speak English. It was just kayfabe in his character. Nikita formed the alliance with Ivan and Don Conudo, who was American turncoat. Nikita was getting an impressive winning streak, became undefeated. Briefly, Nikita also wrestled for World Wrestling Council, feuding with Hercules Leva. In late 1984, Ivan and Nikita Koloff threw out Don Conudo after they lost the NWA World Tag Team Championships to Dusty Rhodes and Manny Fernandez, and then they recruited a third Russian. It was Krusher Khrushchev, who was a U.S. sympathizer to Russia, and they formed the Great Alliance. Krusher Khrushchev and Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff even won the NWA World Six-Man Tag Team titles. And then, like, Ivan and Nikita were NWA World Tag Team Champions a couple times in 1985, feuding with the Rock and Roll Express. And it was one incident in July of 1985 during an interview segment with Jim Crockett. Nikita Koloff clotheslined David Crockett just to pump up the match for Ric Flair and Nikita Koloff at the Great American Bash. David Crockett was a special guest referee, and David Crockett was biased. He gave a fast count on Nikita Koloff. Nikita Koloff and Ivan continued to team in Mid-Atlantic, which evolved to JCP in 1986, feuding with the World Warriors. So they had some Russian chain matches, and Nikita was getting to be a powerful wrestler, and he had several NWA World title matches with Ric Flair unable to wrest the NWA World title from him, and then he had feuds with Dusty Rhodes and Manny Fernandez. In the middle of 1986, Nikita Koloff wrestled Magnum TA in a best-of-7 series for the United States Championship. Originally, Magnum TA was the U.S. champion, but when they signed a contract for the best-of-7 series, Magnum TA's mother was there, and Ivan and Nikita was there, and, like, Nikita attacked Magnum TA, and then Magnum got mad, and then later on Magnum punched out Bob Geigel, who was the president of the NWA, stripping Magnum TA of the U.S. title, and Nikita and Magnum had a classic 7-match series for the NWA United States Championship. Nikita won 4 falls to 3. This feud was supposed to continue for several months, but Magnum TA got into a car accident in October 1986, ending his wrestling career. Magnum TA was the number 2 face in Jim Crockett Promotions and Mid-Atlantic and, like, NWA, and Booker Dusty Rhodes needed to fill that void, and he turned Nikita Koloff from heel to face, and Nikita and Dusty Rhodes teamed up together to face off against the 4 Horsemen, and they were rechristened the Superpowers. Nikita was, like, NWA United States Champion for many months. He had a match with Nature Boy Ric Flair at Starrcade in 1986 with a double disqualification. Nikita feuded with the 4 Horsemen, also his Uncle Ivan, Dick Murdoch, and others. Nikita and Dusty were entered in 1987 Jim Crockett Memorial Tag Team Tournament. Jim Crockett Sr. They beat 23 other teams, beating the Horsemen, Tully Blanchard, and Lex Luger in the finals. Eventually, Nikita Koloff dropped the U.S. title to Lex Luger at the Great American Bash 1987, July 11th, when Lex Luger put Nikita in the torture rack. Nikita suffered a neck injury, just that was kayfabe. A couple of months later, Nikita beat Tully Blanchard for the NWA television title. Nikita held it for about 5 months, defending it against Arn Anderson, Terry Taylor, Kevin Sullivan, and Mike Rotundo. Eventually, in early 1988, Nikita dropped it to Mike Rotundo, and then Nikita took a sabbatical from wrestling for a few months. He came back, and he grew out his hair. He had a spiked haircut, and Nikita was falling down the ranks of the Jim Crockett Promotions NWA. He got into pointless feuds. He wasn't getting a big enough push, and he reunited with his uncle Ivan when Ivan was being attacked by the Russian Assassins and Paul Jones. It was supposed to be a match at Starrcade 88 with Nikita and Ivan facing off against the Russian Assassins, but Nikita was told he was going to be pinned cleanly to one of the Russian assassins. He didn't like that. He quit on the spot. Around this time, Nikita got married to his first wife, Mandy, who was actually suffering from Hodgkin's disease, and Mandy passed away in 1989. Nikita, in 1989 and 90, wrestled for the AWA, had a feud with Larry Zbyszko over the AWA World title, but this was the dying days of the AWA. Also, Nikita wrestled for Herb Abrams' UWF. We feuding with Ivan Koloff. And early 1991, Nikita went back to WCW, and he shaved his spiked hair, and he was bald again, and he turned heel, attacking Lex Luger over when he got the U.S. title. Nikita and Lex Luger had a long-running feud, which eventually that feud went to Stain. Stain and Nikita Koloff had a few Russian chain matches. Nikita won them, but Nikita eventually left WCW again due to some injuries. He came back in 1992 as a face, and he sided with Sting. And Nikita feuded with Ravishing Recruit, Vader, the Dangerous Alliance, but Nikita wasn't as good due to injuries. Nikita wrestled his last match at Halloween Havoc 1992 when he suffered a back injury against Vader, and then Nikita retired from wrestling, and then he became a born-again Christian, going to ministries throughout the South. He legally changed his name to Nikita Koloff in 1998. He grew out his hair. He had a mullet for a few years, and he shaved it back to his wrestling gimmick. And also Ivan Koloff do sermons across the United States, mainly down south, and they added Lex Luger and Sting because they're born-again Christians. Nikita Koloff actually returned to wrestling briefly in 2003 for TNA. He turned on Dusty for a bit. He was actually Mr. Wrestling number 3, but a few weeks later, Nikita and Dusty reunited Superpowers. And Nikita Koloff's been on Preacher's daughter on Lifetime a couple of times, and he's starred in a few movies. The WWE was never interested in Nikita Koloff ever. There were some rumors back in late 1986 that Nikita was going to go to the WWE and be part of be Demolition Smash, but that was not the case. It was just a rumor. Also, Nikita only met Vince McMahon twice in his lifetime, one in a gym in Las Vegas, and one time in 2003 after the death of Road Warrior Hawk. Nikita Koloff was a great wrestler. He just had a brief career, but it was awesome. It was much better as a heel Then as a face, his face turn was not that great in my humble opinion. Dusty was on the spot to find a number 2 baby face, so yeah, turn Nikita from heel to face. And I don't know if Nikita will ever go into the WWE Hall of Fame because he never wrestled for the WWE, but you never know. And that's about it on Nikita Koloff, and that's about it on these video blogs: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. Tomorrow, 3 more video blogs coming for you. First video blog will be about the top 100 Major League Baseball players of all time from number 59, from number 60 through 51. Second video blog will be about the TV dating game show Baggage. And the third and final video blog of the night is going to be the personality profile. Tomorrow's personality profile will be about Catherine Tappan of NBC, NBCSN, and the NHL Network. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Julie Button rocks and has nice legs. Molly Roseblood of WCCO is the best, and she's so stunning. Elizabeth Hart is cute, leggy blonde. Amy Sweezy is awesome Amy. Christian Giantis of Fox 35 in Orlando, Florida is so cute. Linda Church is such a cougar, and she's got nice legs. Bob Gibbs of ABC 11 has that sweet southern accent. And in the words of Bruce Cronin, former co-worker at Hot Hanks Data Technology, want to put a wager on that, Richie? See you later. Good night.